An unflinching look at the anatomy of American war-making was shown in a 2005 documentary, Why We Fight. It launches a nonpartisan inquiry into the forces, political, economic, and ideological, that drive America to fight. It was inspired by President Dwight Eisenhower's 1961 farewell address in which he warned Americans about the dangers of the military-industrial complex.
3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
It describes the rise and maintenance of the United States military-industrial complex and its 50-year involvement with the wars led by the United States to date, especially its 2003 invasion of Iraq. The documentary explores a half-century of U.S. foreign policy from World War II to the Iraq War, revealing how, as Eisenhower warned, political and corporate interests have become alarmingly entangled in the business of war. Speaking to veterans of wars in Vietnam and Iraq, it documents the consequences of said foreign policy, with the stories of a Vietnam War veteran whose son was killed in September 11, 2001 attack, and who then asked the military to write the name of his dead son on any bomb to be dropped in Iraq. Added to that, a 23-year-old New Yorker who enlists in the United States Army because he was poor and in debt, his decision impelled by his mother's death, and An Du Wong, a military explosive scientist who arrived in the U.S. as a refugee child from Vietnam in 1975.
Come on, fire!
It asserts that in every decade since World War II, the American public was misled so that the government incumbent administration could take them to war and fuel the military-industrial economy, maintaining American political dominance in the world. I am Lovely Montoya of Manila STV.